Yeah. We live, baby. We live.
Peace.
Peace. Let me make sure on they end everybody can hear us.
Peace.
Peace. Let me make sure on they end. Hey, Trail, let us know in the chat. Can you hear me? Damn, they say it's an echo. The fuck? Oh, he say not anymore. Bet. All right, Matt. Shit, let's run it. Appreciate you, Ra. Yeah.
Peace, everybody. Let's get to it.
So first off, we gather before y'all today. Y'all know we typically don't even rock like this, but we had to get an understanding on certain things because it's a lot of bullshit that's been going on in this community, and that's why this community got a black eye. You feel me? Because of bullshit that we finna explain right now, because there's way too many games that's being played. So if you want to, Matt, you can go ahead. Y'all can tell by the title that we are addressing the Urban Indian Heritage Society, more specifically Phoenix Moon and Ishmael Bay. Because of the things and the way that they approach situations, we tried to have a cordial meeting, you know what I'm saying, debate, whatever you want to call it, to go and express our issues as adults. But for various reasons that we gonna show y'all, they want to play games and they want to get to it. So I'll go ahead and let Matt give some of the backstory and then we gonna get right to it.
Well, basically, for everybody that follows the Autonomous Party on Clubhouse, we've been doing rooms, social rooms, with our different members and different people who want to talk about different topics dealing with indigenous social issues, obviously, and obviously the misclassification situation is a heavy thing that we always talk about. History, we always talk about politics, how you go about finding the remedies for all of our people to get out of the situation that we're all facing. So, as we have these conversations, we've been obviously hearing certain people we might disagree with about, Egypt in America and other topics that, are social things that always be trending. We had a room obviously called Mixing the Dope. Mixing the Dope was to, let people come on our stage and come in our room and basically get to what they felt people might be mixing the dope about. So, long or the short, we made that happen. We addressed the issues. People came in the room and brought up what they thought, and we had conversation. I thought it was actually a great room. We wish it was recorded. Unfortunately, it was not. In the beginning of that room, a lady by the name of Queen Buckshot came in our room and was addressing what she was thinking about on her mind, because we were technically talking about the topic at the time of one of the rooms, actually, that was titled, Are Black Americans Hebrews, Moors, or Indians? So at the end of the day, that's what we was talking about when she came in. But she had on her mind to talk about Dr. York, the Nawabian situation, the pedophile allegations and things that he's obviously been accused of, and obviously he's locked up. And we brought the guy that's been defending Dr. York on our podcast months before these rooms that she might be in, and the people who are affiliated with the Urban Indigenous Society that been tackling the issues of how they feel about the doctrines and everything dealing with Dr. Malachi Z. York. We did an interview with the man when I bumped into the man in a room on Clubhouse called a Team Unpack. And I heard how the people were getting at him that day. And I seen how he stood in the pain and answered the question. He stayed calm. And I hit him in the back and said, "Yo, I would like to see, if this calm and this kind of atmosphere, I would like to ask you these questions and bring you on our podcast and clarify some things about the movement currently and your attachment to Dr. Malachi Z. York and the allegations that were brought against him." We obviously did that. We had the dialogue. You can go to one of our YouTube podcasts and it's there. And we let her know that we already kind of like, had a conversation with the man, agreed to disagree on certain things about doctrines and stuff, let him speak his piece about what was going on with the person he calls his father. And at the same time, you know, we left it at that. She had a feeling because of the whole pedophile or whatever traumatic situations, which I ain't gonna say is or is not. But at the same time, this is just a fact of the matter that we weren't really addressing it. We weren't into it, however the case might be. We actually moved on from it and went into some other things. She left the room. Simple as that. We had the room later on. I'm gonna call her out too, by the way, because she came in the room and Tasha she came on the stage. She asked a question, and I ain't know really where she was coming from about like she said my name, Mac. We don't ever disrespect nobody. You don't disrespect her. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not disrespecting nobody. What's up? And then the dude Jesse, and shout out to Black, were engaging on something at the time when she came on stage and said what she said. I wasn't even talking. I know I'm the moderator and the person that usually hosting our spaces. So I know she addressed me because maybe she didn't know the other guys that were actually talking at the time. So, but then the guy Jesse actually acknowledged that he was talking and addressed her. He addressed her. All I said was, "Yeah, hold on, Tasha. Ain't nobody here to get at you no way. We just in here talking anyways. I don't know where you coming from, whatever." And the dude who was a part of a tribe told her that this is what the 3 ways you can go about doing things. And he broke it down. And everybody that was in the room listening before maybe she came in understood what he was saying. At the end of the day, she left the room. If she had an issue, it was no energy to where nobody's being disrespected or any kind of thing to feel like, 2 days later on New Year's Eve, as they call it on the Gregorian calendar, to make a room called Mixing the Dope Part 2. And then even ping nobody, the people that started the room called Mixing the Dope Part 1, which was us. And then had issues with me and didn't even ping me into the room, saying that I disrespected the lady. So now they're in the room saying I'm disrespecting ladies, this is not a safe space, blah, blah, blah. A lot of cap, by the way. So at the same time of that, I came in the room and told her, you lying if you're saying I disrespect you. I didn't get caught up in none of the rest of the rhetoric. I didn't get caught up in none of the other stuff because I really had nothing to do with anything else on how they feel about whatever they feel. They wanted me to, I heard things like they want me to denounce Dr. Malachi Z. York as if we ever said we was with Dr. Malachi Z. York in the first place. So I don't have no reason how can I denounce something I'm not with? At the same time, of certain things, we've had many people on our podcast, by the way, that have different ideologies, religious backgrounds, different historical point of views, and we don't have to always agree on everything everybody says, but we respect it because we brought you on the podcast, obviously, to deal with it in that manner, to have a, so people can get enlightened on whatever topics that we're talking about in a cordial way. Because there's no ill intent towards the people we bring on our channel, besides a couple people we had on our channel. And since I'm here, people like Top Cats, we've had our issues with. I ain't gonna hide it. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, this situation right here, dealing with the petition part that they trying to drag into it, because I never, in Mixing the Dope Part 1, brought up breaking down their petition when we were talking about that room and that content. And anybody that was in that room knows that she's the one that actually, Tasha, she brought it to the stage and brought it up as if we were talking about her petition. Nobody's even talking about her petition at all. Monte, am I wrong about that in that room that night?
That's all facts, bro.
So when people are conflating that, oh, we started something or we the ones that were talking, we weren't even talking about y'all petition. Funny, craziest part though, there's people that's come in our rooms and ask this question about y'all petition. Just like how we've had Ishmael Bay represent as the spokesperson come on our podcast panel discussion called the Aboriginal panel discussion was, about many topics of dealing with indigenous and Aboriginal people, obviously, of America, and these things that we obviously talk about. Turtle Gang came, Cheeto Pod came, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that pulled up, and I appreciate them from coming, by the way. But at the same time, in respect of everything, Ishmael had a chance to do what he was a part of, the petition that I said on the podcast. I don't really agree with this way you going about it, but I'm gonna let everybody speak their piece. And I'm not going to be a hater because it's about the misclassification. The main thing, We're misclassified. However you guys feel about going about doing it, do your thizzle. Ain't nobody hating it. Say what you got to say, Ish, and let everybody speak on it and keep it moving. We did that already. So there's no reason for us to be hating on you if we already done told you live in front of one of your spokespersons in a cordial, casual way. Like, go ahead, do your thing. We ain't hating on y'all. Do your thing. So now I come back around because other people we find out involved have issues with y'all that was a part of y'all situation and broke away from y'all situation, and now it's coming back out and spreading around, and now y'all want to make us look like we the ones that's pushing propaganda against your petition. Am I wrong about that, Monte? I'll make sure I'm on point right now so far.
You on point?
All right. So at the end of the day, I want people to understand this. Some people like to push propaganda to make it seem like people are like on some campaign spearing, but they're the ones that will put the smut out. Homegirl went out, made a whole room after our room, making allegations that she was wrong about. She done talked to other women in our group that's talked to her on the phone and explained to her, like, no, that's not how that went down. Why do you just hit him up personally if you felt that he was disrespecting you? Because it's very simple. I came in the room that day when she made the room with her intentions copying our room to go against what we were talking about. Common sense. But if you had an issue with me personally, you could have easily hit me up and like, open a room between me and you. We supposed to be grown people. Hey, that room, did you? No, I'd have been like, nah, hold up, wait a second. Why do you think that? We could have had a conversation like grown people do. But that's not what you wanted to do. You went another way. And y'all cowards, to be honest with you, because you could have easily, how we handle our rooms, anytime come see us and have a conversation. We called you out. We opened a room and put the title in the top and say, hey, we're talking to you. Come see us. We ain't never dodged no smoke when it comes to any of these things. Freedmen, Moors, Hebrews, whoever. We've never dodged any smoke with anybody in any of these conversations. So it's whatever. And now we're here now, though. So Monte, that's the backstory.
Yeah. So let's get to it, man. So, like we've been saying about this community, a lot of y'all like to do subliminals, do little messy shit to hinder people progress, whatever the fuck y'all want to call it. But really, it's just cowardice. Because if you got a problem with somebody, you put it on wax. You put their name in it. You don't do all this beating around the bush. Now, with these particular individuals, Phoenix Moon, Ishmael Bay, Ish, while in this same room, trying to expose Mac, it was a sister in there, Queen Buckshot, who say she had a problem with Mac. Talking about this whole York shit, as if we rock with them dudes, man. This is a media platform. You can interview anybody so they can get their story out. It's nothing to do with being in support of an individual and whatever their cause is or their family, because we didn't interview the actual Dr. York. We interviewed one of his many children so he can get his own story out. But with all that being said, Ishmael Bay takes it upon himself because one of the members of our party asked them, like, hey, so what y'all really mad about? Is it about us not supporting the petition? And that's when all hell broke loose, right? So then you get Ishmael Bay, Mr. Tough Guy, so-called master teacher and all this other shit. He come get into the chat. Mind you, we was on stage together. He could have spoke up and said what he had to say, but he tried to go to the chat and say, basically, don't y'all come over here asking for no peace. So we confused, like, what is you talking about asking for peace? So then I told him we ain't looking for no peace. So Buddy go and tell me, then it's war. Now this a grown man supposed to be master teacher. He tell me it's war and it's on site. So we took that accordingly and we set up, because we still trying to keep it scholarly, have some scholarship about the shit. So we go set up a room. Mac, you reached out to Ish personally, right? On Facebook, correct?
Facebook Messenger.
Okay,
That's
so we gonna do things. We gonna stand on our words. So I want to make sure we show y'all the proof, right? We ain't just talking. So let's show y'all the proof real quick. All right, you can see that, Matt.
Yep.
All right, so now explain to them a little bit how this, they can clearly see that on January the 4th that you guys, because you had talked before this, right? Didn't y'all have a phone call?
Yes, we had a phone call first.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, it's other screenshots of other stuff that me and him talked about after the whole war thing went out from that room that he was in, which he said to me that he was only in for a small amount of time. You know what I'm saying? And said, hey, I walked in the room, I heard something about the petition, but I'm like, so what's that got to do with what she was talking about? He said to me, Mac, I don't believe you disrespected that woman. That's not how you get down. I said, no, I know I ain't disrespect that woman. That's not how I get down. I got people in our group that's 70 years old to be in our rooms, women. Why would I be disrespecting her for any reason just because of whatever we talking about? I don't even know her like that. At the same time, he was like, well, all right, man, cool. So I'm like, as far as the petition, what was the petition thing though? I go, bro, I brought you on our podcast and I told you on live that I really didn't agree with the petition and how you going about it. I go, but it wasn't like I did it in a way where I'm hating on y'all movement. And everybody else heard me say it live on the podcast with you. So it's not like I ever dodged it. I go, he's like, but what's the bullshit part? I'm like, bro, I put the bullshit thing out. I put it on my page. I'm the one that said, now to keep it real with y'all, the damn petition is bullshit. I said it. Oh, why you said it like? He's like, you should have said it to me. I go, you know what? You were right. I should have just said it to you. And we could have had it, but I go, bro, there's other people that come in our room and poking at us and saying things and this other stuff going on. I'm like, hold up, this is some bullshit. I was speaking overall, but we can address it though, because I'm a man enough to address it, and I said it. So if anybody want to have any questions and have a problem with me about why I said it and why I'm going about it the way I'm going about it, hey, it is what it is. Leave it be. If you don't want to have a conversation, at first he didn't want to have one, but then he sent me the number. He had a phone call after we talked for 2.5 hours on the phone, and he said after I told him everything, he don't like typing all day. So we went straight to the phone call. We had a conversation. And at the end of the day, he said, Mac, you got a lot of valid points for what you're saying, why you didn't want to get involved with the bullshit. I got exactly some of the bullshit I don't want to be caught up with. I go, let y'all, even if I don't agree with the petition, some bullshit I see what this group of people doing, and I don't, it's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? All the shit they got going on to me is some bullshit. Twisting, mixing up shit, saying things that ain't really real and all that.
So we got some visitors in the chat. Here go Ish and here go Phoenix now. So now we do a YouTube video. Now y'all want to come and play. But y'all just sit there and listen to this. Let me show you how you really do this, because y'all want to talk now. But when we set up the talk, y'all was ducking. So let's make sure we fully lay this out. So right now, after you talk to Ish, right? Then you talking about the title for the room, because he wanted to change the original title, right?
Correct. Because I said, let's do Mixing the Dope Part 3 so we can get to really what took place in the original room called Mixing the Dope. That's what took place. That's what happened. He told me, nah, Mac, we ain't doing that. That's why we got here, and that's why you see this where this text message comes in. And anybody that knows us in our party knows that it was the room had changed a couple different times. It was supposed to be on Thursday. We were supposed to have our meeting and set up this meeting for everybody to have this conversation. He told me, Mac, something going on with his family. He couldn't do it on that day. I said, okay, cool. We can move it to Friday. He said, fine. Here we go. Boom. Indigenous Politics Explained, or Indigenous Politics versus Gossip Explained. Yes, sir. That works. Thanks. It is what it is.
So then he came back, he rescheduled the Thursday. He said, let's do Friday or Saturday. So we accommodated, we did Friday, right?
Yeah.
All right. So then
Friday, it says it right there.
Okay, so then you tell him, just you and him are gonna be moderators, because the deal was we were setting this up in a neutral room so everybody can get their piece out, right?
That's a fact. That's exactly how we set it up.
Okay. So right here, January 6th. Okay. This was the day of the room, right?
Yep.
Okay,
that's
so
the day,
then
which is Friday.
We got Ishmael Bay. I see your people still on some overly emotional stuff. I'm gonna do our show and leave it where it is with your party. We got real enemies to deal with. So their whole problem was, Buddy say it's war. So I guess he didn't know who he was playing with. So Buddy say is war, and you get offended by some memes because you're really soft. And so not just like how y'all in the chat now, trying to save y'all name, but when it was time to go head up, you didn't want to do it. If Ish was the one who was supposed to be representative of y'all click, because he the one who said it's war, why he ain't let you know what time it was, Phoenix? We heard people was asking, one of y'all own folks, soothsayer, asked Ish in front of y'all people if this conversation was gonna go down. So if you didn't know, that's Ish's fault. We knew, because clearly Ish knew. So all that scared and all that, man, you a sucker, bro. Man, cut the cap, my boy, because you know what time it is. So let's show the rest of this so they understand what's going on. So after he tried to back out, you responded and you tell him it's cause and effect. Let's do it. All that 5 minutes, right? So then here we go. Buddy keeps saying, I'm doing our own show. I'm not bringing our people to no ambush. How you come into an ambush when it's a neutral room that y'all gonna be in too? Everybody wasn't going, like, it's clear that it was already set up to be neutral. Yeah. So then he said he wouldn't do his own show. So here you go again. Do y'all show and we would do yours. Can't say I ain't try. Matt confused because we set this up for both of us, right? But he trying to take it on other people's actions, right? So then here we go. Max steady trying to get him to come. He ain't want to come. He say we doing our own room. He say your people spamming our rooms, etc. That stuff y'all can keep. We good. So Mr. Bad Guy, who in the chat right now talking all this shit, we had a chance to go face to face. You made sure that you didn't want to come. And now you all in the chat talking this big shit like the sucker you is. The same way you was in the chat when we was on the stage the other day and you chose not to speak. You wanted to type. But I thought you was Mr. Big Bad Debate Guy. But we know you a sucker, bro. Your people know you a sucker. We'll get to that in a second, though. All right, so let's show them what got them all in their feelings. It was the mean. This what got them all in his feelings, bro. Boy was sick with the... Yeah. I thought you say you wanted war, buddy. Some little petitions like this hurt you, Mr. Master Teacher? Come on, man. I thought you was tougher than that, my boy. Yeah, I just want y'all to see these people really cowards and they suckers. And we going to show you in a minute why they ain't even want to show up. Because that petition is some bullshit and we going to show you why. You know what I'm saying? We was ready. You feel me? We was ready and Ish was not, as y'all seen. These little memes got Buddy in his feelings. This is what made him decide that he didn't want to show up. Because he say this is overly emotional. You can't take a little propaganda, my boy. I thought you was a debater. You ain't never sold a fight. This how I know this shit that y'all be talking about, Cap. Because if you was so much greater than everybody, why you ain't show up, bro, to dismantle us? It would have been easy for you, right? Huh, bro? You feel me? But really, you a coward, man. You know what I'm saying? So you see my face. I'm not hiding. So you can hear it first. Because see, I guess y'all thought that we were just going to be playing with you. But when you make them type of statements that you made, my boy, everybody ain't playing like that. So make sure when you get to running your mouth that you write it exact and you understand who you dealing with, man. You feel me? So with that being said, now y'all know the backstory. Y'all know why we set it up. We tried to be cordial. We wasn't trying to expose nobody. We wanted them to have their own say, head up like adults. But Buddy ain't want to do that. So whether he told the rest of his team or not, that ain't got nothing to do with us because we know he know and we knew the other people know because we heard them ask him. So let's get that part understood first. Now, before we go into this breakdown, Mac, you got anything you want to say about this beginning shit?
No, I already said my piece. Now we're going to go ahead and let it be what it's supposed to be. Just, hey, we here now. Hold on real quick. I'm going to grab me some juice.
Yeah,
so
do your thing, man. Now you got this part. I'm finna take this off and now we finna get to it. So let me address a beautiful sister named Miss Stell because I want to make sure we get this on the record because we've been hearing that a lot of y'all been trying to go at her on the backside and really on some bully shit. But see, now y'all got the right runs because we bully the bullies. You hear me? So Miss Stell had absolutely nothing to do with this. Miss Stell ain't told us y'all stole her petition. We came with that conclusion after we heard the whole situation because what went down is all of y'all was together at first. The same shit that people was hating on the autonomous party for, y'all was trying to get people together and organize. No problem with that. That's what you supposed to do. See, we ain't gonna hate on that part the way y'all tried to do us. See, we know what time it is. You hear me? So Miss Stell wrote a petition. All right. Unbeknownst to us, she wrote a petition and presented it to her people, the team that she was with. All right. The Urban Indian Heritage Society before it became that. Because from what we was told directly from Miss Stell, she resigned and she stepped away from what became known as the Urban Indian Heritage Society. All right. So We're not going to get into all the details why. We're not here to go and talk about why she left or why she didn't left, but the fact remain is she wrote her own petition and she decided to dip. Miss Stale came to us well before any of this went down and asked us, Max specifically, what his opinion was on her petition. All right. So on her petition, I want to make sure I pull this up so we can be right and exact. All right. So let me share this here. This Miss Stale petition right here. All right. We are American Indian. All right. So it's clear she had her own petition at about 3,000, a little over 3,000 signatures. All right. And she started this petition, I want to say she said about a year ago. Let me double check real quick. Yeah. Want to say, let me see if it got the date on here. Let me see. Yeah, clearly you can see it's been over a year since she had this petition. All right. So in Stale's petition, even though at the party, the petition itself, like just having a petition, we don't agree with petitioning for anything when it comes to anything that has to do with a remedy. However, the basis and the content in what Ms. Stale put in the petition, we do agree with, because she's talking about the misnomers, the labeling, all of the other things that we know to be a fact, which was the same reason why, like we didn't agree with the urban Indian petition, we at least agreed on the misclassification part. So let's get that misunderstood. Misclassification is not the issue. Okay. That is not the issue whatsoever. And we're going to get to what's the big issue in their petition. So Ms. Stale petition, it referenced ADRIP, UNDRIP specifically, and different things that had to do with the Civil Rights Act of 1968. All right. So right here, she breaking down the UNDRIP. For those of you who don't know, United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. All right. So she literally cited it. And this is what she was using on the basis of this petition, basically to bring awareness and start a conversation. All right. That's all it was. So no problem with that. She did a great job. You could tell she coming out of the education community because she cited her sources, the whole nine. She's not really asking for anything. Her main purpose, the purpose of this petition, is to cease presenting misnomers and fictitious labels placed upon American Indians and those whom are descendants to those indigenous to the Americas based on physical appearance and phenotype. Anybody in this community should have no problem with that whatsoever. All right. So she came with what she came with. We told her what we said. We left it at that. So come to find out, she was a part of the initial grouping of these individuals. She left for whatever her reasons are. You know, we ain't going to get into that because this is not a Stale versus them. This is just a timeline of how things actually happen in real time. Stale never told us none of y'all business. We didn't know nothing about the inner workings of shit that y'all got going on. We just know what we saw from the outside, and we put our own conclusion together once we got the information. So whether y'all stole the idea from her or not, who knows? We don't care about that part. That's the part that y'all keep trying to frame the narrative because that's the type of shit y'all want to do. We never said y'all stole it. That's not between us. Now, if you ask Miss Stale what she think about it, now that, because we have had this conversation with her, that's a whole nother story. But as far as what we talking about, we not saying you stole it, because honestly, the petition that she wrote was way better than y'all's when it comes to being lawfully or legally sound and historically sound. All right. So now for those of y'all, we'll put the link for Stale petition in there. If somebody from the team could put it in the chat so people can see, that's cool. Y'all can check that out. Do what you do. You know what I'm saying? If they stole it, I got a very good idea, me personally, that they definitely got the idea from her, because you can tell in the timing of things and how it played out. And if she was still down with y'all, why she ain't there no more? But that's a whole nother story. So now let's get to the petition, because here go the real problem. You got something to chime in real quick, Matt?
No, I think you riding right on purpose, right on time. Go ahead, keep going.
For sure. Let me get this other one up. All right. So the big bad bullies. Here go their petition right here. Keyword, remedy. Now, anybody dealing with law understands when you saying a remedy, you saying you coming with a fix. You coming with a solution, right, to a problem. So we talking law now. All right, now, here go my problem with you, Phoenix. Since you here, make sure you hear this part clear. Now, I'm not no person I don't hate, right? I've been watching your videos when I first came into this information. And one thing that stuck out to me the most, because I like law, I got a passion for law. The number one thing that made me gravitate to you in the beginning is because you were speaking on law. So now I'm trying to figure out, how do you, who understand legal maxims, who understand public and private and all this other shit, how do you go from that to what you wrote in this petition? Because this petition is nowhere near a remedy. It's not legal nor lawful, and it's built upon straight up bullshit. So I'm trying to figure out, either you're not qualified to be in this leadership position that this petition is trying to put you in, or you playing some type of slick side game on the back end. Either way it go, we're going to put it out there and we're going to let the people decide, because you ain't want to come speak for yourself, you and your big boy Ish. So you can respond to this however you like, but we're going to get the facts out there. All right, so now on this petition, right? First things first. All right, so they're telling you why they organized it. And I'm going to do a high level summary because I'm not about to read everything on here. Y'all go read the by us, for us, and all that other good shit, right? But I want to get into some of these bullet points, okay? So the first one says the discovery, access, and redress to all known tribal records that provide direct distinction of the misclassified American Indian that are in possession of the United States Bureau of Indian Affairs, National Archives, Department of Housing, United States Department of Defense, and United States Department of Commerce. Cool. You want access to the records? Hey, ain't no biggie there. That makes sense, right? Second point, you want to create a federally commissioned genealogy committee managed by y'all, Uihs, to examine the genealogy findings of bloodline lineage for misclassified American Indians, right? So here we are, right here and there. As part of this petition, this would put you guys in a power position, right? So anybody who's putting themselves in a power position needs to be for the people. It would just make the most sense, right? Since you're trying to ask for these things and you want yourself to be in charge. All right, so now, next they want an oversight committee that governs the 7 mandatory criteria for tribal membership and appeals for tribal membership denial within all state and federally recognized tribes. All right, they want to create a sanctioning board to review all the grievances for ongoing misclassification efforts from the United States Department of Interior and United States Bureau of Indian Affairs. All right, so basically, you want a committee that's going, another committee that's outside of the government that's going to monitor the government. So the shit that y'all asking, you literally think in the position that we're in, the Department of Interior and the Bureau of Indian Affairs were the War Department. The exact same reason that we in this situation right now. And you think that just writing them a nice letter is going to give them an oversight committee to y'all to be able to tell them what to do. Like, this is fantasy land shit that we talking about, but we're going to break it down even further. All right. So once again, create a tribal band extension commission approved by the UIHS within the Bureau of Indian Affairs. Now, what does that mean? If you're going to be within something, that means you're within collaboration with them. Now, I thought the BIA is the ops. How are you going to create anything that's working with them and be under them? And you want it to be overseen by the DOJ. The DOJ, these are people are all in collusion together. It don't even make sense what you're saying, bro. All right. So now to the next one. Immediate, unique, and distinct federal protections for the UIHS Genealogy Committee determined. Now, this part didn't even make no sense. Immediate, unique. Now, y'all read this too. Tell me if it makes sense. Immediate, unique, and distinct federal protections for the UIHS Genealogy Committee determined misclassified American Indian now and forever to be classified as the urban Indian. So is y'all trying to say that you want to take the term the misclassified American Indian and now they're going to be labeled as an urban Indian? What does that even mean? Because that shit don't make no sense. So it seemed like to me, y'all want to create y'all own classification. Because clearly, this what that says. Even though y'all did a terrible job of writing this shit, because you got to read it 3-4 times to even understand what y'all saying. And based on what Miss Steele was telling us, basically, y'all try to make it seem like didn't want to get behind what she had going on because she had grammatical errors in her shit. Whole time, this shit is written terribly. But let's just get back to the bullet points. So like I just said, it clearly says that y'all want to make up your own classification now called the urban Indian, right? Once again, putting you guys in charge. Okay. So then after that, it says federal exception and private law to supersede tribal registration requirements for the now urban Indian. And they want a special task force creation for investigation into human trafficking of the misclassified American Indian. Don't this sound like that Freedman shit with this reparations task force? So basically, this is y'all response to the Freedman, huh, bro? Like y'all want to, y'all think that they just finna go in knowing the real history. This is the crazy part. For y'all to be master teachers, right? You want them to create a task force into human trafficking. Like, man, listen. Yo, this shit so poorly written that it's funny, but it's really not, because y'all getting people hopes and dreams of acting like this is the end of be all and trying to bully people who don't want to be down. So let's be clear why we in this situation. You know, when people did not want to support it, even if they didn't say nothing against it, it was a problem, right? But the reason why we didn't support it is because we actually read the shit. Because most of the people who signed this, they never read the whole thing, and if they had questions, they was too scared to ask.
Hey, hold on, Monte. For the record, for the record.
Go ahead.
How many people have come in our room asking us about the petition, put it in our chats and stuff like that, and then when we asked them to read it, they said they signed it because they supporting them. Then when we ask them to read it, they don't agree with certain things in it. How many people we come across?
I can't even keep counting, bro. But every one of them said that they didn't read the whole thing, or they didn't understand what they read. They just signed it anyway. We literally had a person tell us they signed it because it sounded good. So, you know, yeah, like it's just that simple. So, yeah, so let's get to that. So back to where I was at with it. All right. So which one I just read? Damn, where I was at. Oh, yeah, right here. All right, so the next one, they say they want to federally recognize the creation of the American Indian Political Party and federally fund access to voter registration. All right, so what does, you don't need the feds to create no party for you. You can create your political party right now. That take work and money and people to back you. Why you need the feds to help you create that? And how they need to fund voter registration. Niggas don't want to vote right now. It don't cost money to go get this shit done. Like this right here shouldn't even be no bullet point you need the feds to help you with to get your people behind you. But that's neither here nor there. So once again, this section, removal/return, a special committee appointed by who? You guessed it. Yeah, the top bullies. They want to be appointed. They want to do everything, right? They want the feds to put them in control of everything they got to do with the American Indian. Cool. All right. So now they say they want to remove taxes from every level of government. And let's see. And the dissolution of mandate on income tax divestment for the misclassified American Indian. That shit don't even make sense. But basically what they getting at is no taxes on Indians. Cool. That's a good wish. I can understand why y'all would want that, right? So now, the only thing that had any historical or legal value is this section right here. And all of this shit is wrong. For one, they say they want an immediate repeal of HR 4238. So let's go pull that up. You got something, Matt, while I pull that up?
Nah, facts over fiction. Let everything that's right out for the right. Let the people read it, understand it, and keep it moving.
All right, hold on. HR 42. All right, bam. You can see it good, Matt?
Yeah, we good on my side. We good.
All right. HR 4238, 114th Congress in 2015. That's what they put, right? That was on the petition. So what does this have to do with it? Let's see. It says this bill amends the Department of Energy Organization Act to revise the definition of minority to mean any U.S. citizen who is an Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Right. So this is what that HR 4238 is about. So basically on the form, when you try to get different programs, grants, anything through the Department of Energy, not regular life stuff, just the Department of Energy applications, they changed the way that they label people's nationality, status, category, whatever you want to call it. That's all this is about, right? So, but they used it, okay? They used it for, let me go back and show, because I want to make sure people see this. This ain't our opinion. This is what the shit say. So it says, they said that this is in direct violation of ADRIP, the American Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous People. It said it was committed and speaks to the sanctioned removal of the American Indian and Negro and replacing the ethnicities with African American and Native American or Alaskan Native. Now, I just explained to y'all that they removed the term on an application for the Department of Energy. This has nothing to do with the misclassification of the American Indian, bro. The repeal of this was in 2015. That has those two things don't even go together.
Don't go together.
It's clear that they was just stringing shit together to make it look good, right? So that's one thing. Last part of it, it says the American Indian was reclassified to Negro per the 1830 Indian Removal Act. Okay, so now, you know we got the source. I don't know why they playing. Let's go get it. I don't know why they did it, Mac. Let's see.
Oh my gosh.
Let me pull this one up too. All right, let's see. Is this it? Nah, that's Department of Energy. This is it right here. You can see my screen, Matt?
It'll be good.
All right, so now in this document, obviously, I'm not going to be able to read this whole thing. But if you go pull this up and you go read it, okay, you will not find anything in here about American Indian being classified to Negro. Yes, we know that it happened. Let's be clear on this. We know that the American Indian was misclassified. That's not the issue. The issue is if you're using documents that you said to be a representation for everybody, we need to be right and exact, or you make us all, or well, the ones who sign this shit look like damn idiots because they can't pull no real value from this shit because it's not accurate. So the shit that y'all are listing as bullet points don't even make no fucking sense, bro. This was our beef with this shit, not y'all. We don't give a fuck about y'all. Y'all come out here talking about niggas hating. What we renting in real life? Why we got to hate on y'all for? Y'all some internet niggas, bro. Why would we hate on y'all, bro? But we can have an opinion. And when we choose to keep it to ourselves and y'all get to playing games and now we want to shoot out and now we want to speak on it, now y'all make us to be the bad guy. That's cool, though. Being the bad guy is more fun. Fuck all this nice shit. Anyway.
Correct.
So
get
when
along
y'all
to get along for no reason.
That's
exactly what they call themselves doing. That's what they call themselves doing.
Say,
all
Matt.
the rhetoric, though. All the rhetoric. Oh, we hating on them. Oh, we don't like them. That's cap. Because like I said, we brought him Ishmael on our podcast months ago, and we let everybody speak on it, and we told him, man, do your thing, even if we didn't agree with it. And I said it back then. So if it was issues, maybe they might have saw it and they might have felt a certain way, but then when they came in our room, they didn't say nothing. So now all of a sudden, you know what I mean? Because other things came to us because we didn't go looking for it, and we addressed it with the people that brought it to us. Now we're haters. That's some bullshit. Because it's supposed to be politics and it's a petition, and we involved in that same community as far as indigenous people and being misclassified as a Negro, a misnomer. We all understand that. That's the simple
hold on
part.
Real quick, Matt. Copper colored brown. How do you bring up a source and you don't even read it? Bro, this shit is pages long. As you can see, you go pull it up for yourself. You go show me where it say American Indian was switched to Negro. How about that, bro? Nigga not finna read all of this shit to entertain you. Nigga, I just told you what the source is. Go pull it up. It's free. It's at the Library of Congress, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be talking about stupid shit. We telling you the source. Go look it up. And if you signed it, why you ain't go look the shit up before you signed it, bro? That's what I be talking about, bro. Joe Marr, we had many rooms on the petition and y'all had no questions, bruh. You must ain't been here since the beginning of this goddamn bill because this ain't no bill. The beginning of this conversation, because we clearly told y'all we set up a room with y'all leaders to talk about this shit, bro. We didn't come here first. We came here as an after effect because y'all ditched the room. Y'all made y'all own room to talk shit throughout all kind of subliminals. So that's why we here now. So if you don't like it, go somewhere else, my boy. We ain't here for you, brother.
We don't even know who you is. Real talk. I say don't get involved in this if you don't got nothing to do with this. You don't need to be getting involved in this. If you mad about the petition and you signed it and you defending that, that's a whole nother thing that you need to go read on your own. But when it comes to Phoenix Moon, Tasha She, Ishmael Bey, and how I talked to Ishmael Bey, which we have it sourced out, and you can go back and watch the video for yourself. If you missed that part, that's what you need to understand and get out the business. Don't mind your business.
Yeah, bro, this shit. But see, this is the problem in this community. A lot of y'all scary as fuck. Because a lot of y'all been had questions because y'all come ask us and we answer to our ability. We trying to stay away from this shit. But a lot of y'all people keep coming to ask us because y'all too scared y'all damn self. So this bigger than them two. A lot of y'all the problem too, because y'all be seeing bullshit go down and y'all just sit back and don't say nothing. Y'all gossip to yourself because y'all too scared to stand up. That's the problem in this community. That's why people don't take the conscious community as a whole serious. No way, because this shit is cap as fuck, bro. This just another example of some people doing this shit for clout. Clearly in this damn petition, they're putting themselves at the top of the food chain to be in charge of all y'all shit, but don't even know what the fuck they talking about. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, this right here is the Indian Removal Act. Go look it up. You can go on Library of Congress. You go find where it say the American Indian was switched to Negro and send it to us then. That's the source. You go do the work, bro. So now we'll get to the next one, man. So they said that cap ass shit. So let's go back to the petition. All right, let me get that back pulled up, man. All right, where is it? Oh, and just to be clear, like I said, Phoenix, I'm real disappointed in you. I thought you knew about law, bro. You was doing all them videos. You don't remember these? Talking about legal maxims and bad business. I remember you talking about private law, public law. This was years ago. So if you know all them things, you should know you don't need no petition to get your remedy. It's buku people out here who moving tribally or moving on their own. They ain't have to do no petition to get there. If you say you know this law like you say you do, you know that. And Ish, you a whole Moor. You a whole, well, I don't know which is. One day you a Moor, one day you a Pan-African, one day you a Black Panther. I don't know which is personally, buddy, because you be all over the place. But it's funny how you can't stand on your own. You steady trying to go get other people to be under you and so-called under your tutelage. But the fruits of the shit that you be teaching ain't hitting on nothing. Because I done seen so-called people that you prepare for a debate who got their ass whooped. So I really don't know what you on, bro. I got no respect for your scholarship. The way you be acting, you know what I'm saying? I got no respect for you, bro. Just keeping it a buck because really you a sucker. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I want to make sure you hear out of my voice. Don't take it to the party. This Monte saying that. And see, I don't use no pseudonyms and no fake names like you weird ass niggas. You can go check me, bro. You hear me? Because all this shit that you be on, bro, you a straight up sucker, my boy. And I want to make sure you understand what I'm saying. So back on this petition, right? Which one I'm sharing? So let me go. That boy say energy harvesting room. Man, get your weak ass out of here if you can't stand the flame, my boy. You ain't got to be here. Take your energy somewhere else, lame ass nigga. Y'all must think y'all on some, man, we don't care about this shit, bro. We gonna speak our piece and be done with it. You can type in the comments all you want. You gonna hurt your own feelings, not mine. I could give a fuck. So back to the petition. All right, so now this was they resolve now. All right. So, like they said, they clearly said within HR 4238, Negro has now been changed to African American. And guess what? HR 4238 did change classifications on an application for the Department of Energy, not for the census, not for who you are as a people. This has nothing to do with the average person that doesn't deal with the Department of Energy. This is how they put together some cap ass shit. So now here, all right. So they want a whole bunch of other things. You know, I got no beef with you wanting shit, you know, implementation of healthcare. So they want a special reform bill for healthcare. All right. Universal media. I'm not really sure what that means. My guess is you talking about media as in TV, news, those things, but the government don't got to give you that. That's not a government entity. Now, we know the government plays a part in controlling the narratives, but if you want to start your own, don't y'all got YouTube channels and shit? That is media, but that's a whole nother story. So every time you look through here, they want federal funding to not only them, but whatever programs that they create, which would mean not y'all who signed it, the people at the top of the totem pole, whoever they may be in the UIHS, they're going to be the ones who control and run all of this. All right. It's very clear when you read this. All right. So now here where it get wicked. So you want the immediate creation of the public misclassified American Indian Trust for allocation of restitution funds. So why would you want your enemy to create a trust for you? Because anybody who knows about law, if they create the trust, they're in a power position. The same way that the 5 civilized tribes have trust created by them for the BIA, those tribes are not in control of those trusts. Why would you want the boogeyman to set up your trust? That don't even make no sense. And not only do you want to set up the trust, now you want utility tolls, transportation tolls, and corporate tax to fund this trust. And then at the same time, they just prove what I just said. They want to put a RICO case against the government for their misclassification. So you want them to put a RICO on themselves, but at the same time create the trust for y'all. Tell me what sense do that make? This is what we talking about being poorly written. That shit don't even go together, bro. You see what I'm saying? So now they want a creation of a special budget committee to create fiscal and monthly allocations to misclassified American Indians. So now you want some payments. You hear me? The welfare Indians. Yeah. Niggas want to get payments from a special budget. Yeah. So then they say, this sounds like some sovereign citizen shit right here. Removal of all debts via the Department of Treasury and reimbursement of all educational fees paid by and for the American Indian. Bro, you can't even make this shit up, bro. So now they said with these 100,000 signatures from registered voters submitted before the United States congressional body, we hereby demand public hearings and special assigned oversight committees by the UIHS constructed to review and implement the American Indian Inclusion Act and create laws and procedures to remedy the misclassified American Indian that experienced paper genocide, ethnocide, policide, due to the laws set forth by these governing bodies and upheld the departments named in this grievance. At the presentation to United States Congress, a detailed manifesto of the grievances recorded from the inception of the United States Corporation to present will be presented. So whatever this manifesto is, I don't know what the hell they talking about with a manifesto. And I hope those of y'all who signed it know what the hell they talking about, because that don't even make any sense. So now a lot of y'all gonna have questions like, okay, well, maybe we should trust the Urban Indian Heritage Society, right? Because if you're gonna put yourself in a position to where you are the top dog and you're gonna be handling everybody's affairs, it would only be right that there's a level of transparency, right? It should be some level of transparency for the people that are going to be put in charge of this. So let's go see who they is, right? What up, Mac? I'm still coming through clear.
Yeah, I'm letting you ride, man. You on it. This is what you was going to present. By the way, too, when we was going to do that room on Friday that Ishmael had agreed to do, and he bowed out last minute and did another room, this is what you was going to address him literally about, because he had put war in the room that day when they were trying to come at me about some other shit. You heard me? So when you addressed him the first time, he was addressing you. And matter of fact, for the record, he know on a phone call that he said to me that he knew it was me that had an issue. He would have said something to me, but he said, your boy got issues. I go, bro, everybody can't get along. They act like people, they can control all their people because they got people signing petitions. And that's just like we can't control certain people that might not like certain people in your group. It is what it is, though. And some people try to act like that's not what it is. And I think that's where the cap comes from. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense. That makes sense. So hold on. You can see my screen with the with their website up there.
Yeah, I see it. We good.
Okay, for sure. Just making sure my internet said it was tripping. So yeah, go to their website. Let's go to the About Us. All right, so Urban Indian Heritage Society is a 501c3 charitable organization originally funded to research, document, and preserve the history and culture of misclassified, disenfranchised American Indian lineal descendants who are victims of genocide while being excluded from federally protected activities. All right, so they say they advocate for civic engagement, both civil and human rights, and the curation, preservation, and maintenance of ancestral lands. All right, cool. So, says they was founded in 2020. They're located in Hampton, Virginia. Okay, they say they are a nonprofit. Now, this is what they say, right? So we don't know no names. We don't know. If you want to help their cause, y'all, if y'all believe, y'all go send them money. Here go a plug for y'all. Y'all believe them, go send them some money. Y'all love to do that in this community. Be cash apping niggas for telling y'all simple shit. You know, a lot of y'all suckers, but it is what it is. Go send them some money because they damn sure need it. So that's who they say they are, right? So it would be fair to say that if people sign this, which will be putting y'all in a power position, we should know who you are, right? The California Task Force, you can go look them people up individually. They got their name. They can't hide, right? So before I do that, let me pull something up real quick because I want them to see something, Mac. Let me see if I can get it up here. Hey, Mac, take over for me real quick for a second. Let me pull something up.
Yeah, for sure. So once again, for everybody that's been tapped in, we people gonna be talk a lot of stuff. They're gonna say a lot of things. We don't care about that. Because again, we try to address this. And if you come in our rooms, as a matter of fact, people like Left Foot, the day that I was in that room and that lady, Queen Buckshot, said what she said, and I addressed her saying that I did not disrespect you. And if you thought so, I'm sorry you felt that way, because that's not how we meant to do it. The funny, crazy part about it after the fact, that I went into the room where Stell was in, where she had nothing to do with none of this, and said to Stell, I don't know why everybody's coming at us. And you was in that room, Left Foot, and had the nerve to say, oh, I love coming in your rooms, but I did admit I did go back to say something. But you didn't say nothing to us when you was in the room. It's funny how you can come, people get in the chat, just like how they get in chat on Clubhouse, and you supposed to be about something, but you can't even stand up to somebody saying something to you or disagreeing with you. That's some soft ass shit. And at the end of the day, I don't really play games, but I'm not here for likes when it comes to that. If anybody that is subscribed to us, you hating on the situation, hey, you know what I mean? You don't got to. You know what I mean? You can turn the channel like how we do with y'all. We don't come in your rooms. And if we don't come in your rooms, it's a reason, obviously. Like the Natural Society. Homeboy got a whole pseudo situation going on. Niggas is in there going at people's doctrines, and doctrines that got nothing to do with your nationality or your genealogy. Ain't got nothing to do with it. If that's the case, why y'all rolling with Ishmael? He a Muslim. The person that signed y'all petition was a Muslim, Kyrie Irving. But he still know his roots and still addresses other things than the misclassified group of people they call the Negro today. But then you guys making up rooms want to bash people's situations that's actually supporting y'all on a misclassified level, even if they don't even understand what you put in the goddamn petition. But then now you want to make a big deal about what we say when it's time to, and when it's time to address it, you say all that stuff, but when it's time to address it, you dodge the smoke.
All right, I'm back, Mac.
We ain't got time for that. Go ahead, man.
All right, so now to be right and exact and to be fair, we are a party. We are really actually established on paper, right? Because they always want to know what y'all doing. See, what we doing is not no online shit. We doing this for real, for real. So before I expose y'all, let me tell y'all the truth about us, right? So check this out real quick. Because we all about transparency. We ain't got nothing to hide from these niggas, man. So this is what we'll do. All right, so you can see my screen, Matt?
Yes, sir.
So you can clearly see that this say the Autonomous Party Social Club Incorporated, right?
You see us.
And I say that when we was established, right?
Yes, it does.
It also says at this moment that we are active, right?
Correct, we are active.
Okay, so let me make sure that they don't know that this ain't no screenshot, right? So I go refresh the screen. I'm gonna search the Autonomous Party. We're gonna do this live, right? Because a lot of people are scared to do this, nigga. Show your paperwork, scary ass niggas. So let's do this here. As you can see, this is all good to go. And you see that name. What they say, man?
That's me. That's me right there.
Okay.
Yeah, Mac Ethan MacArthur.
Okay. So let's go check out
legacy.
Let's go check out the people who supposed to be in charge of all y'all misclassified American Indians. Because on their website, it said 501c3 in Virginia. You saw that, right, Matt? I ain't make that up.
I seen that. No, you ain't make nothing up.
Yeah. So make sure, Ish, when you say it's war, make sure you really prepared, my boy, because you ain't know you was dealing with a general. Yeah, you like to play and talk tough, but you ain't really like that. All right, so here go that other one right here. Let's go to Virginia. We're going to do the same thing, right? Urban Indian Heritage. All right. It's searching. Let's try it again. So I just make sure I put entity. We do contains. We give them a fair shot. We'll give them a fair shot. I hope it pop up. I hope y'all ain't doing people like this. And ain't, oh shit. What they say, Matt?
Don't look like it's there. Maybe it's in another state. Maybe so.
So we'll be fair.
Maybe it's in another state. You know what I'm saying?
So let's be fair, Mac.
Yeah.
It could be another state. They put Virginia. Maybe they just based there now. Maybe they ain't started there. So
No, so I ain't trying to hate or nothing. Maybe they did it in another state. Maybe they made
maybe
a
they
typo
did,
or
bro.
something on their website, right? Maybe so.
Maybe so. So y'all go show
for the-
y'all people that y'all really got this set up. Because on y'all website, let me go back to the website so they don't think, they say we be lying and we be making shit up and, but everybody who know us know we be about them sources now. So let me go back to their website. I want to make sure that we ain't doing them bad. Where is it? Damn, I got too much shit up on their ass. This it right here. So we back. You can see their website, Matt?
Yeah, it's their website, right?
Yeah, that's the website at the top. This is what they said.
Correct.
That's what it say, right? 501c3.
It's their website.
Meaning that you got to set that up with the Secretary of State, right?
Correct.
Okay. So now they also say they located in Hampton, Virginia. So maybe they just moved there after the establishment. What, Phoenix out of New York, and what is it, in Vegas or something? Maybe they set it up in one of them places. But for the y'all of those who follow them, ask them to show y'all, because we know they ain't gonna show us. But we'll be fair. Maybe y'all deal it in another state. But make sure.
Hey, hold on, wait a
second.
You see, let me see this too. By the way,
what's up?
Let them know.
Oh yeah,
this is how the paperwork look when it come in the case.
Hold on, let me see if I can blow you up.
This is how it look when it come in the case, y'all. When it matches state records and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Man. I don't know. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I mean? Hold on, wait. Let them know. This is what comes with the charitable shit that you're doing for situations like that. You see what I'm saying? You see the SS4 at the top. You know what I mean? All that good stuff. Yeah.
And let's go on record.
Keep it moving.
The Autonomous Party ain't asked no outsiders for no money. We ain't next try to bang the cash out. You can go look at all them goddamn videos that hardly none of y'all watch, but y'all here for the gossip. It's funny how that work, huh? They here for the gossip, but when it's time for real, see, that's another part that's on y'all. You can't blame Phoenix Moon and Ishmael Bay for a lot of y'all choosing to follow bullshit versus substance. That's the community problem. You hear me? But that's a whole nother story. So back to what we were saying. Maybe they got it in another state. I don't know. But y'all go ask them questions because they want to be in charge of everything that got to do with the American Indian. But everything about this society is a goddamn mystery. Right? It's a goddamn mystery. Something ain't right, Mac.
I ain't looking. We ain't gonna harp on all that. You know what I mean? Because we let the people that support them need to know about who they support. That's none of our business. We've always told people that even in the open room. So it's not like something we hiding from or something we just saying out today. We've been saying this from the beginning. You know what I mean? We actually, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the people of the party that kind of pushed for me to even, you feel me, Monte? As you know this,
yeah,
I didn't even tell the people that's a part of us now to be a part of us. You feel me? It organically happened. We didn't, come join us. We never even did that, ain't it? And then we had people. But I'm calling them out right now, like Top Cats, come tell people not to join us as if I was telling people to join me in the first place. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a lot of capping going on. People doing things for clout. You know what I mean? We doing things for information. We did our podcast before we even got on Clubhouse. Shout out to Super Blaze because he put me on Clubhouse. You know what I mean? And the result of it has been great for me meeting the people from around the nation that I've met. You know what I'm saying? In these conversations and people that's a part of our organization, moving autonomously to support all parties' initiative as a collective. So, you know what I mean? We don't really front on all the other stuff these people capping on. There's a lot of cap going on. And then they act like, oh, okay, there's a lot of cap going on, and we don't really play that game. But some people act like that's what we've been doing. That's not what it is. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure, if you're hating on us, make sure you have the valid reasons to hate on us for. Because there's no reason we always can deal with this any however you want. You know what I mean? Shout out to Raw Trucking. They got mad about some memes that we're showing you. Shout out to Trail. Trail is the one that made the memes, and he admitted to it. And I told Ish, Trail did those memes because him and Phoenix got a relationship. You know what I'm saying? On Facebook, they know each other.
So let me speak to that real quick.
He's even been around us. Trail been with Phoenix before he was with us. He jumped out off the porch on one of our podcasts against Tribiz because Tribiz was talking shit about Phoenix, and we didn't even get involved in that. If you go back and watch that joint, we kept it loose. We were like, that's none of our business.
And Tribiz, if y'all listen to this, you can vouch. Y'all remember when y'all had the little spout because Trail took defense for Phoenix Moon because he was riding for her, a big supporter of Phoenix Moon. The whole party know this. So for you to jump
What's wrong with
off
these folks?
and come at Trill the way you came, and y'all was putting smut on that man's name, man, we ain't having that. So I want y'all to see a quick after they made a room calling out my boy Trill mentioned her on Facebook, right? So after he mentioned her, this is what your top forensic genealogist master teacher came and said. Sure, right after we walk down your genealogy. So you supposed to be in charge of people records. And this how you gonna treat somebody when you mad at them? You want to expose his genealogy? Did this man agree to have his genealogy exposed to the world?
Cat.
See, this is the type of shit we be talking about. And y'all be cool with this because she make threats like this and play these type of police ass games all the time, bro. And y'all just sit back and let it ride. So this on y'all too. Being real. Like I say, we ain't here for no friends. Really, fuck all y'all if we being honest. This is me speaking, saying this because I see this shit, Cap. This is why people don't want to be a part of this community, bro. It's a fucking mockery. Real shit. So for that shit that you said, Phoenix, that's some bullshit, bro. That's some bullshit. You came at that man like that, and he really fucked with you. He was hurt by the way that you've been handling him and playing games, and so he stopped rocking with you like that. So you mad because this man got an opinion on you when you know he was riding for you. It's clearly a reason why he don't fuck with you no more in this shit like this. So let's be clear on that and stay off my boy name with that bullshit, bro. I'm the one who told him to make them memes, Ishmael bait, because you said you wanted to go to war, but you didn't know who you was playing with. But you so tough, how a meme supposed to stop you, bro? Ain't that funny, Matt? Not the big bad debater, but let me say something about him too that I missed out on earlier.
I know you got your issues, so I'm gonna let you get off.
Yeah, let me speak on that real quick. So this whole room that they started trying to smear my boy Mac name, talking about we in collusion with Dr. York. We don't support or know shit about what Dr. York did. That ain't our business. But if somebody come and speak their story, whatever it is, that's on them. So the community said, just because that this dude Pops got so-called shit on his name, ain't nobody supposed to talk to him. And then people was throwing allegations at us as if we support, as if we down with them, then we on some shit like that too. According to y'all, all it take is allegations. And remember, this is the same group of people, Phoenix and Shan and all of them ish, who they went on the podcast with Sinetta and Jabari, and then Shan came out and put a false rape accusation or molestation accusation, whatever you want to call it, against this brother. And a lot of y'all roll for that shit. I don't even give a fuck about Jabari, but I ain't finna let nobody, that's the way y'all move, right? And try to put smut on his name. But let me tell y'all something that y'all disregarded, because if all it take is allegations to stop rocking with somebody, I want to know why y'all ain't stop rocking with Ish, because his own people got a problem with him. So Ish supposed to be from the Amin Ra squad, right? Sinetta or whoever that was part of that shit, I really don't know. I'm not no conscious supporter like you niggas. I wasn't raised on this bullshit, man. But this is what he had to say. So let's see what they had to say then. You've proven that you can do that. And that is a part of your growth as being in this particular arena. You have to be able to take those bumps. You've proven that you can do that. And that's something that nobody else can do for you. You have to walk on the front line, take those slings. Hey, pause for a minute, Jabari. I need to let you know who that creep is. That's the dude that started the Armin Raw squad with Unk. Unk kicked him out because he was a creep. He go by the name of Ishmael Alabe. I don't know him. I know him. I'm telling you who he is. He's a real creep. And see, instead of them seeking out the truth, they automatically, all of them gravitate to her. See, she's doing what she thought that she could do to us, Jabari. But we don't want that. We're dealing with the information and the knowledge. Damn. So Ish, your own people from back home, wherever the fuck you from, buddy say you a creep, man. And that's why you ain't with the Amin Ra squad. So that's why you running around here, Black Panther, Pan-African, American, Indian, more, whatever you can get down with, because you got smut on your name, my boy. So if all it take is allegations to believe it, then it's a creep then, right? Your people said it. See, this type of games that y'all play. But this dude actually said that shit. I ain't never hit Ish fire back, did y'all? Nigga put smut on your name and you just act like he ain't even said nothing, even though you was the one who said on record that you prepared Shan for that so-called debate. See, this the type of game these people playing with y'all out here, and they getting away with this shit. Everybody ain't hating. The fuck we got to hate on them for? They're doing nothing in real life, man. These niggas is internet losers. So stop all this hating shit. We ain't made now video on these people, and this gonna be the last one. But just be clear, when we shoot shots, we come direct. We not making no subliminals. We not finna do all that other sneaky ass shit that y'all be on. We want to make it real clear that the bullshit that y'all on won't be tolerated when it come to the party. You can play with whoever you want to play with, but leave that shit over there and stop trying to take advantage of the people. So a lot of y'all cool with that. That's on y'all, but we done said our piece. You feel me? So Mac, I don't know what else you got on the shit, but shit, I done got off what I need to say, my boy.
Shit, well then guess what? People gonna hate, some gonna relate. We're gonna go ahead and hope you participate. We can see you later on when we do our show. We got Black Jagger pulling up, doing his new album he dropped. We got DJ Bay, the Trust Fund Baby pulling up, talking about what he doing in the new year. Join us. Campaign mix starts at 8. Podcast starts at 9. Peace.
We out.